This is the calibration routine for the tilt sensor. The first step that we're going to do to get into the sensor routine is you do a long press on the down arrow. What will come up is the word units at the top of the screen. Hit your down arrow one time, it'll scroll to BT for Bluetooth. Hit your down arrow one time and it will say INC for inclination. This is where the calibration routine is. Hit your fire button and it will say no count. This is the opportunity that we have to back out of the calibration routine. We're going to hit the down arrow so that it says yes cal and hit your fire button. What comes up on the screen are the letters C1_FD for forward. This is the first position of the calibration routine. Do a 1 second press on the fire button and point the unit straight down. Press the fire button and point the unit back at yourself. At this point we can use either of the side arrow buttons. Press a button and point the unit straight up, hit the fire button, and now we're back to our beginning position. Turn the unit on its side so the arrows are pointing up and you can see the serial port. Hit the fire button, point the unit straight down, hit the fire button, point the unit back at yourself, hit the fire button, and the final position is pointing back up and hit the fire button. At this point, it will either say pass or fail. If it says fail, simply repeat the calibration routine, possibly going a little slower. This is the compass calibration routine for the TruPulse 360. Two key things to remember before starting the calibration is we must be facing generally north and we must have good magnetic hygiene. We'll address magnetic hygiene in session 5. First thing we do is you press the bottom button for a long press and it will bring up the word units. This time hit the down arrow one time, that'll bring up Bluetooth, BT for Bluetooth, INC for inclination, H_angle. This is the horizontal angle and the routine we want to be in. So you hit the fire button. First option is setting the declination, which we will not be doing at this time. Hit your down arrow and it says HA cal. This is a horizontal angle calibration. Hit your fire button and this is the option where it'll say no or yes, so you can back out of the calibration routine. Hit your down arrow and it will scroll to yes. At this point you hit the fire button and we will begin the calibration routine. When you look into the unit, it will say C1_FD. You hit the fire button, and if you look into the unit, it will say C2_down. This is where you point the unit straight to the ground and you hit the fire button. The next is you turn it back toward yourself and hit the fire button. We point the unit straight up and hit the fire button. At this point we go back to the beginning point and turn the unit on its side so that the buttons and the serial port are on top. If you look through the unit, it will say C5_RF for the 5th position. Hit the fire button, point the unit straight down, hit the fire button, point the unit back at yourself, hit the fire button, and point the unit back up and hit the fire button. At this point, as you look through the unit, it will say either pass or fail. If it says fail, redo the routine, possibly slowing down a bit where you hit the fire button for 1 second, turn the unit, 1 second, turn the unit, or check to make certain that there is good magnetic hygiene.